everybody, welcome to A Crafter's Story. It's Celestia and welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. So Martha from Martha Makes Art has had a shuffle cut create hashtag, and so what she would do is she would have two sets of cards and she would shuffle them, and on the reverse side of the card is a word, and then she would do that twice, so you would get two words. And then those two words are the prompt for your next craft or collage challenge or whatever it is that you decide that you want to do with those two words. And so just recently, Martha has passed the hashtag prompt onto Jovi from Creating with Jovi. And so on Jovi's Facebook page, there is an option for you to join this month's Shuttle Cut Create prompt. And the prompt two words are photo and balloon. And in my effort to do some destashing, I've been taking all my magazine pages and just getting them down onto these great big sheets, I guess almost like master boards. And I have, I think, six or seven of these. Some of them are my craft papers. So I have already cut out pieces, and I actually did that for this particular craft, cut some more out here. So I decided that I wanted to do the Shuttle Cut Create challenge and make a greeting card. So I like to make my greeting cards using this 5.5 by 8.5 inch watercolor paper. So I just pull out a sheet. Oh, that was loud. Pull out a sheet, and then I just fold it in half. And by doing that, I get a card size that'll fit an A2 envelope. So once I did that, I took another one of these sheets and I cut out a piece. Now, this is where some measurements come in, guys, because I wanted to do, let me show you what I did because it's kind of fun. Here is my card. And as a reminder, the two words were photo and balloon. And so I have this frame that is reminiscent of a Polaroid frame. You know how they have that sort of wider bit at the bottom and then just the top frame and then your pictures in the middle. So I thought, well, I'll do a Polaroid photo of some balloons. And it's going to be it is a birthday card now. And I keep these tissue boxes, these square ones, and so I cut that side, cut that side off because I like the wood grain, and I've used that as the background to my photo. And I think what I should have done is not had this sticking out. I think I should have had that where the photo, because I think it would have been more, there would have been more definition and be more obvious. I think that this is a Polaroid frame of the balloons, but next time. That's what I'll do next time. So there's my card. So just as the measurements probably don't really matter, I was just curious what size an actual Polaroid photo would be, and so it's actually 4.25 or 10.8 centimeters by 3.5 inches or 8.9 centimeters. That is the measurement, the outside measurement. And then the inside measurement, this little bit that you would then cut out so that it becomes the photo, is 3.1 by 3.1, which is just under 8 centimeters. And so I went ahead, and this is my 3.5 by 4.25. I made a little stencil, 3.1 by 3.1. I think you would actually probably see it better if it's a different color white, different tone. And I just cut out that hole. So, you know, you may want to cut it out like I did here, or you may want to just take a piece of paper that is a different color and paste it on top, like I'm doing here with this. White is not interesting, but if I had another piece of this wood grain and maybe put that on top as my 3.1 by 3.1, that would have been nice. And then all you're doing is using this kind of like a card topper, placing it on top of your main card, and then you can decorate this. And what I decided to do was the balloons, because that was part of the prompt. What did I do with my other little pieces of balloons? I swear, guys, I feel like, oh, yeah, I feel like I'm so organized at the beginning of every video, and then something goes missing on my desk. So here are my little balloons that I cut out from my from one of my master boards. I really just cut a piece out, and then I drew out, you can see my pencil markings there, drew out kind of like the shape of a balloon. It's like a bubble with a sort of triangular trapezoid size underneath. It's upside down like that, and then cut it out, and you have your balloon. And then I use some of this very, very thin washi. Got this on Temu. I got a whole big bag of it for next to nothing. You know what Temu's like, right? You get things pretty cheap if you look long enough. So I got some of this washi tape and put that down, and then I put my frame over it so that I knew that I was going to cut this off. Then put down my little, these balloons, and voila. Voila, you've got a card. And I think I satisfied the prompt. So just if you are interested in the sizing, it is 8.5 by 5.5 piece of card folded in half, which fits in an A2 size envelope. And then you have the big piece, which is 4.25 by 3.25. Sorry, move that up. And I will put the dimensions in the description below. I think that's probably going to be easier. And then your small piece that goes on top, or the small piece that you use as a stencil to cut out a hole in the middle here, is your 3.1. And yeah, and then it's really just kind of like a collage assembly that you would do afterwards. So I decided also to use some of the wood grain over here for the happy birthday sign. And as I said, I think I would next time not have it peek out the bottom. I think I will have it, what I was worried, I'll tell you why I did it, because this and this are the same color, and I thought that this wasn't showing up on the background of the main card, and that's why I did it. So maybe that's where I need to put a different color. Play, guys. My brain's now going in all kinds of different directions. Play with the idea, and I'd love to know if you try this out, or if this is something you feel like you want to try out. Well, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you to Jovi and to Martha for this wonderful idea. It really got me thinking, and I love this card. So, and I will see you next time. Bye.